Hi, welcome back to our course, and at this Prelude II from Manuel Ponce. Remember, we're using the numbering from the old edition, but there's a new there. If you want to play Ponce's Preludes, buy the new edition, okay? So the Prelude that on the old edition was numbered as 2, it's a tremolo Prelude. However, it's not the tremolo that we are used to here. On the main string guitar repertoire, tremolo have the melody on the tremolo line. For example, recuerdos. Okay? But here the melody is not on the tremolo. The melody is not. No, the melody is on the bass. The melody is. Okay? So that means that the tremolo should sound softer and the bass is stronger. That's the first thing that you have to keep in mind with this prelude, okay? The most traditional tremolo on the guitar repertoire is played with P-A-M-I. For that tremolo to sound well, you need to or be able to make all fingers very even, so even that you can recognize any difference from them, which is very rare, and one of these rare features is key-wee park. But normal mortals, it's easier to make an accent on the M. Very often, some accent will be made, and it's best if made on the M because it coincides with the beat than with any piece outside the beat, which very often people play an accent on the A and would sound something like that. With accent on the M now. Okay? However, tremolo is not for everyone. One of the reasons is that the tremolo has a minimum speed. To play well tremolos before, you have to at least be able to play same arpeggio formulas at least a quarter note at 120 BPM, which means that if I'm talking about tremolo, thumb, I, M, A, M, I, then I should be able to play arpeggios, thumb, A, M, I, at least at a quarter note with 120 BPM. Or if I use another possibility of tremolo, which I'll explain a little bit later, which is thumb, I, M, I. Then you have to be able to do that well, precisely with at least 120 BPM. If you can't, now it's good time to go back to your Giuliani arpeggios or any other arpeggio formula which you are studying or should have studied, and work to reach that speed. Once you can play that at that speed, then you have the minimum speed to try play the tremolo, okay? And what I'm going to tell is there is also a physiognomy challenge on the arpeggio, and most often women play tremolo better than men because it's more common on women to have even fingers than men. Men usually have each finger I, M, and A with a very different length, and to balance that it's harder. But there's a possibility. Like Anna Vidovic, I prefer to play tremolo with P-I-M-I. That's how Anna does. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, easier to make it even, it's easier to make an accent on the M, and there is one advantage on that formula. The dynamic control is so much better than the traditional one. And in a piece which you have to play tremolo lower, softer than the melody, the bass, it's interesting to work on that control of dynamics that PIMI offers. But try both. If for you can do what's needed on the traditional tremolo, great, congratulations. Work on that. If not, try this other possibility, and if it works, great, go for it, okay? So, the first thing key to play that prelude well is work on the tremolo. Try both fingerings if it's your first time approaching tremolo. If not, do what works for you, and that's fine. Remember, the bass is where the melody is, so work the tremolo so that you can work on open strings, for example, making sure that the bass has the stronger notes. Okay? Easy. At least it's easy to say. But now, since the melody is on the bass, you have to work on the melody. So at least once, I would say quite a few times, but at least once, work only the melody. And a great way to phrase this melody, it's a very simple melody, it's just following the melodic curve. So when the melody goes down, you play softer. When the melody goes up, you play stronger. So and so on, okay? Just work on the melody a few times, phrase it well, and blending those stuff is quite easy after you make those two challenges well done. Have fun!